Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradeTolife.com, and in this video I want to talk with you about why you should develop your imagination so that you can achieve your goals and desires way more effortlessly. Okay, so imagination always sounds so like it's crazy or it's delusional or it's just a fantasy thing, right? But in this video I want to point out why imagination actually is so powerful and it is the most like it is the one and only creative tool that you actually possess. Okay, that is what we're going to talk about in this video. So before I jump in, definitely make sure that you hit the like button and you also subscribe to my channel so that we reach more people as a community and help also other people change their life. And if you haven't yet, I highly recommend you check out my free masterclass. You'll find the link for it in the description down below. So with that, let's jump in, right? Now, develop your imagination. Okay, let's talk about this. So, the average person uses their imagination against them, and they imagine negative things or worst case scenarios. So they basically unconsciously imagine, right? They're not aware that their imagination, like Neville Goddard told us and explained us, and we can prove it for ourselves, that our imagination creates our reality. So whatever we imagine, you will see reflected back to you. Okay, you can prove this for your own. I saw it on my own play out a lot of times in my life, and I still continue to do so. And when I figured this out, I really became clear, okay, what do I actually want in my life? Made a list so that eventually everything of that will come true. And it will, because it always works. But what many people do is because they don't know this, right? Because they don't subscribe to my channel. No, but because they don't apply all this knowledge and all of those things, they experience actually negative things, right? They experience like health issues, relationship issues, financial issues, because they are not aware their internal state and their imaginal activities always play out. So 99% of people out there tiptoe through life, hoping to make it safely to the end of their life, not realizing the infinite potential that's within them. And when I wrote this down, it was very sad for me, because when someone does just go through life very unconsciously, trying to make it from weekend to weekend, living from Friday to Saturday, so to say, and just in this amount of time be joyful, and from Monday to Friday, like going to work and not enjoying life, and then making it in this kind of pattern through their whole life until they die, I mean, that's actually just a waste of life. And in my opinion, we are not here to experience life in that way. We're here to experience our best life. It's easier said than done, and it sounds like a marketing thing, like just experience your best life, just manifest whatever you want. But when you look deeper, that's actually what life is here for. Many people, they don't realize this. They don't realize that they have this power of imagination within them that actually creates their reality, that creates what they experience, but they just don't use it. And that's not how it's supposed to be. So when we grow up, we learn that imagination, like I said in the beginning, is just fantasy, it's just something unreal, it's just being crazy, okay? But when you look around you, and it sounds like this funny experiment that you have already heard before, well, just do this, okay? When you look around you, okay? You see your laptop, you see your screen, you see maybe an image, you see the microphone, or, okay, maybe you don't see a microphone, but whatever you see in your room, right? Everything first had to be imagined, right? The computer I'm working at, Steve Jobs first had to imagine it, and then it was created in physical form as well, right? But first it was in his mind, and it sounds so simple, but like just think about this for a second, okay? Everything that we see, like the new Tesla, an iPhone, whatever it is, it really goes for everything. First, someone had to imagine it. First, it was in someone's mind, and then it was made manifest, and it was made tangible and visible for our human senses, also in this three-dimensional plane, so to say. But it first came in the imagination. Now, most people only look what's in front of them, and they judge by appearances. And then they say to themselves, that's just how life is. I can't change the circumstances. So they let the evidence of their senses dictate their life. And like Neville said, when you judge by appearances, you will be enslaved. You'll be a slave to whatever the appearances show you, whatever your senses dictate to you. And again, that's victim behavior. Again, that's not stepping into your power. Okay, so this is how most people live their life, and this is why the majority of people are not fully experiencing the life that they want. So, like Neville said, it is imagination which makes one a leader, while the lack of it makes one a follower. Again, it is imagination which makes one a leader, while the lack of it makes one a follower. Okay, so when you do not use your imagination consciously, then you will always be a follower. You always just be thrown around by the quote-unquote facts of life. You always let your circumstances dictate how you feel, how you think, how you act, without realizing it. And imagination has full power of objective realization, and every stage of man's progress or regression is made by the exercise of imagination. So everything, right? Your imagination, there is this standard quote, actually, whatever you can conceive of, whatever the mind can conceive of, you can manifest, you can experience. I think it's from Napoleon Hill. And it is true, but many people still don't believe it or still don't realize it because they do not test it, they do not apply it consciously, they do not use their imagination, their creative power, and therefore their life runs in circles. Imagination is able to do anything, but only according to the internal direction of your attention. When you attain control of the internal direction of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow water, but you will launch out into the deep of life. And that is truly, truly powerful. And Neville all the time said, the only secret to success in life, for whatever area it is when you train your attention, when you consciously use your imagination and not let your imagination use you because you apply it unconsciously, but it don't matters if you use it unconsciously or consciously. It will still manifest the things for you that you imagine, consciously or unconsciously. So the first step to all of that is to become more aware, more self-aware, so that you see, oh, like, that's what I imagine all day long. And of course, that's how my life plays out. And then you can change it. So accept and realize that you are the creator of your life. That's it. You need to accept that. Unless you do not accept this, then you will always be a victim. So not just theoretically, but actually you are this creator. So take full responsibility for what plays out. Even if something seemingly negative shows up, plays out, you experience it, you feel it, whatever, accept it. Do not run away from it, which many people do. Just accept it, acknowledge it, let it be there. Also, you possess the ability to create. So decide to use that ability consciously. So when you come to the stage where you fully accept and know that, okay, like, I am the creator of my reality, I am responsible for how my life unfolds, I'm responsible for what I experience, then not running away from it, which many people do. They have then fear to use their power. They have fear to actually apply it because they have fear of like no results, no changes, whatever, and then still they stay stuck. So consciously say, okay, I'm now going to apply this, right? I take full responsibility and I use this ability that were given to me, this imagination. I mean, ask yourself, I don't know that like animals or any other individuals in this universe have imagination than us humans. I do not know it, it's just something that I heard, but I really think it that cats have no imagination or other animals. So really ask yourself, okay, when I have imagination, when I can imagine everything I want and create and imagine a future that's not here yet, but I can still imagine it, it is there for a reason. So it is there for you to create it. And all successful people that are conscious, they do this. They consciously imagine what they want to experience. They consciously create their future and make it the present fact and embody it and live like they are this version of them right now. So the key to manifest your goals and desires is attention or focus. So the great secret of success, like Neville said, is to focus your attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Right? And you can imagine this really like exercising a muscle. Of course, in the beginning, when you come into this, when you try new things, when you have desires and goals that you want to reach, of course, this feels strange. Of course, you won't believe it. Of course, you will feel like this is bullshit. This does not work. I mean, that's normal. When you learn that you can create things with your imagination, I mean, who does believe this in the first second? Of course, no one. And I also did not. But eventually, I was so interested in that, and I was so like, I don't know, I felt this fire, and I wanted to test it and apply it. I saw that it works. So I can only encourage you to just test it, apply it, and see it for your own. Right? And again, it is an exercise. We need to develop this imagination so that we become better at it. And also, when you become better at it, you grow more faith. You have more trust in this power. You know it works. So whenever you have a goal and desire, you know what to do. You imagine the end. You create a scene, whatever technique or thing you use, you embody that you already have it. And then you have no doubt that it shows up or that your life changes, therefore. So repetition really is the mother of skill. Practice and apply. The more often you consciously imagine your specific or even your general goals, the easier it becomes. Right? I mean, just repeat it, just apply and just practice. Practice with small things, with medium things, with big things. It does not matter. But you have to try it out. You have to see, okay, can I get this thing? Can I reach this goal more effortlessly when I imagine that I already have it? Try it out. You will see it works. You will just see it works. So, again, I want to share with you the 3-step process from Neville, because this is actually the only process you need, and it is very powerful. So let's look at the 3-step process to realize your goals, to manifest your goals more effortlessly, and also to achieve your desires. Okay, and it's only consisting actually of 3 simple steps. And I also made a video, I will link it up, where I shared this in more detail. Okay, so first step in changing the future is desire. That is, define your objective. Know definitely what you want. Okay, and that's what I said before. You have to be clear. You have to know what you want. When you're not know what you want, then you're just driving. It's like when you come to the train station and you just step into a train, and then you step out of the train, and then you are in Amsterdam, and you ask yourself, oh, like, why am I in Amsterdam? It's because you were not clear about where you want to travel, for example, right? It's just a plain example, but you need to be clear about what you want. Second step, construct a scene, construct an event which you believe you would encounter following the fulfillment of your desire. So something that you would encounter after you already have it, right? An event which implies fulfillment of your desire. Something which will have the action of self-predominant. So something where you take an action, something where you hug someone. It does not have to be with a self-predominant action, but I experienced that with such an action where you shake a hand, where you touch something, where you also do something in this imaginal activity, it's way more like powerful in my case. Then the third step is to immobilize the physical body and induce a state akin to sleep. Then mentally feel yourself right into the proposed action. Imagine all the while that you're actually performing that action here and now. Right? Just step into the scene. Do not just watch it from a watcher perspective, but be in the scene. Imagine what you want to reach, step by step by step. And when you do this, by doing this, you will shift your state of consciousness. And we learned before that our state, or the state that we're in, the self-concept that we embody, is responsible for what plays out in our life. And you cannot neglect this. You cannot not use this. It always is the case, okay? And then another very crucial thing is that you must participate in the imaginary action. Not merely stand back and look on, but feel that you're actually performing the action, so that the imaginary sensation is real to you, right? So you want to be in this scene. You want to look through your own eyes. You want to hear through your own ears while you are in the scene. And one more thing is that feel has nothing to do with an emotion. Do not force yourself to come up with an emotion or feel happy or excited. Neville said that feeling, what he relates to when he said feeling is a secret, is more so like a knowing that you are experiencing it right now. You have this knowing that it is already done, which will get you to this relief of, I experienced it already, right? And that is when you apply this, when you have a goal, whatever it is, whatever it may be in your business, in your relationship, in your health life, in your career, in your relationships, in your, did I say relationships before? I forgot. in whatever area it is, right? Just apply this principle and you will see changes. You will see that you will get your goals and desires way more effortless. And I'm not telling you that they will show up tomorrow, but you will just see it is easier than just doing any other kind of things. That's the real deal. So apply it and test it. And now I want to show you, let's go back. I want to show you actually the 3-step, it's not a process, but it's like the 3 stages from getting where you are right now to where you want to be. Because it's always 3 stages and many people fall for that. Many people don't know this and that's why they don't get their goals and desires. So the first stage is that you set out the intention, right? You have a new goal, you know what you want, so you decide, this is what I want. You just have this new desire, you just have this new feeling, oh, like, I want to have this new job. Or no, I want to quit my job, I want to have my own business. Or no, I want to have this partner, or whatever it may be. So you go straight to the end and you change your internal state, right? By imagining the end, by visualizing, by seeing, by experiencing it in the moment that you are already this person that you want to be. Therefore, you shift your state of consciousness the more and more you do it. And therefore, you shift into this version of yourself, right? So this is the first thing. And that is, in most cases, very easy or not that complicated. Then what happens, actually all the time, is I call it the test. And that is when you see no changes. But you might even see the opposite. So you look at the brick wall. So you change your internal state. You have this new goal, you have this new desire, but then life just throws you a curveball and nothing changes. Even negative things or bad things or the opposite happens, and you're like, what the fuck is that? I'm applying all of those teachings. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but nothing is changing. Again, and that is the test. And in this stage, many people, they give up because they fall for the test. They fall. They do not keep their internal state unpolluted, and they let the outside circumstances or whatever shows up, let them fall back into their old patterns and into their old state. And that's actually the only reason why people do not achieve their goals and desires. But it's just when you change out a state, right? When you change your state of consciousness, old stuff will come up. Your subconscious mind will purge and just throw out everything that you have related with your goal, all your doubts or your fears, and they are then reflected back to you. But if you fall for that, then you failed the test. But if you succeed in the test, then stage 3 happens, which is actually the realization of your intention, of your goal, right? It is when you see it manifest. It is when you see the reflection of your internal state on the outside. And then new goals will come. And that is the 3-stage process that you will most probably all the time go through. So, imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivable powerful force the world has ever known. That's from Napoleon Hill. And he also wrote this in his book, Think and Grow Rich, which I highly recommend to you if you want to learn more about success, wealth, like achieving business success. Then this is an awesome book for you, but also actually for all areas of your life. So he also realized that imagination is this powerful force that you cannot see, you cannot explain it, you cannot watch your imagination, right? So most men are totally unaware of the creative power of imagination and invariably bow before the dictates of facts and accepts life on the basis of the world without. But when you discover this creative power within yourself, you will boldly assert supremacy of imagination and put all things into subjection of it. This is the creative power in man. And I know it sounds so empowering, right? It sounds so powerful, and it really actually is. But you cannot only listen to my voice, watch this video, watch the next video, watch the masterclass, right? Do all of this without then committing to yourself, committing to your goals and desires, and actually apply what you learn. Because still you are the operant power, so still you need to operate this law, still you need to operate your imagination consciously. Determined imagination, thinking from the end, is the beginning of all miracles. The future must become present in the imagination of the one who would wisely and consciously create circumstances. We must translate vision into being, thinking of versus thinking from. Right? That's the difference. That's Neville's core teaching, to stop thinking of what you want, therefore looking at it, seeing it as a distance, and start to think from it, from you already having it, from you already being the version that you want to be. And that is why you should develop your imagination. But I hope with this video I made clear that your imagination is not just some fantasy, is not just some crazy thing, because that's what society tells us all the time. You can go out on the street and ask some stranger, what do you think about imagination? 99.9% of the people will tell you, oh, like, yeah, it's funny, it's cool to have daydreams or to imagine something, but that's just imagination. Like, that's just imagination. But alone this word, nasty little word, just, it's not good, because this is not just imagination. Right? With that, you actually determine what you experience next in your life. So start using it, start applying it. If you have questions, then let me know in the comments down below. So that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned a lot from it. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you want to learn more, if you want to see if I can help you reach your personal goals and shift you from where you are right now to exactly where you want to be. Then you can also schedule a free 45-minute consultation call with me personally, where we're going to diagnose the situation and again see if I can help you. So that's it for this video. See you in the next video.